Hello everybody, welcome to this instruction video. In this video I'd like to show you how to make my Moonlight shawl design. This shawl is available in different colorways. I have the different kits available in my web shop. There's a link for this in the video description. But you can also use the Symfonie Terra yarn that's used for this shawl in any color combination that you like. I'll have a link in the video description also on where you can just find the yarn as is without the kits. The written pattern is available also in my web shop and also on Ravelry. I'll have a link for that in the video description as well. This shawl is a lovely large shawl that you can use to wrap around in a few times, and it's really wonderful and comfortable to wear. I've actually worn this shawl a few times already and I really love how it feels. I'll show you step by step how to make this shawl. You can work from the free video tutorial, or you can support my work and buy the pattern from Ravelry or through my web shop. Let's get started. To make the Moonlight shawl you need 3 colors of Symfonie Terra. So those are these skeins. Symfonie Terra is a sock yarn and contains a wool polyamide blend. 100 gram skein gives you 380 meters, so it's a nice long yarn that's on this one skein. So you need 3 of them, and you can do any color combination you want. This yarn is available in over 30 colors. So choose 3 colors you like, or choose from the kits I have available. Everything is in my web shop. And then of course also a 3.5mm hook to go along with the yarn. When you have them all wound up into cakes, let's get started. So the first section, that's row 1 to 20. Okay, I just have a bit of scrap yarn here on my hook just to show you the pattern. Chain 2. And then come to the first chain, so the second from the hook, and work 1 single crochet in there. That was row 1. Row 2, chain 1 to turn, and then in that 1 single crochet, so just turn, work 3 singles. 1, 2, 3 singles. Chain 1. Now we're at row 3. We're going to start by working 2 singles in the first stitch. 1, 2, and then a single crochet on every stitch to the end. Now in this case it's only 2 singles. 1 and 2. Then chain 1 to turn for row 4. Now work a single crochet on every stitch till there's 1 stitch left. In this case it's only 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3 stitches, and then the last stitch here that gets 2 singles. 1, 2. Now I'm going to just mark the side of the shawl where I have those increases, because all your increases are always going to be on the same side, and it just helps you to put a marker there that you know which side the increases are on. You're now going to repeat rows 3 and 4, so those last 2 rows, until you have 21 single crochets. So I'll just show you again. Let's chain 1. Now we're on the side where there's the increase, so in the first stitch we work 2 singles, 1, 2, and now work a single crochet on every stitch to the end. And in every row you'll have 1 more stitch than you had the row before. Just take both loops, there we go. And now I'm coming back again. So again, a single crochet on every stitch, and then the last stitch gets 2 singles because my stitch marker is on this side. This 1, 2, 3, 5 in this case, and then the last one gets 2 singles. So then I have in total 7 single crochets here on this edge. Now repeat this until you have 21 singles. So rows 3 and 4, repeat until you have 21 singles, then you'll have worked 20 rows in total. After 20 rows, this is what your shawl looks like. What you'll notice a few things, is that your work will really curl a lot, so it's really essential that when your shawl's finished you will have to block this shawl, so to just get that curl out. But this is inevitable, it's going to happen with all these single crochets. Another thing that you should notice is that I'm just moving up this stitch marker as I go, because so it's not here stuck at the bottom, but I just bring it up every few rows so that I always see where it is. And at this point you have 21 single crochets, and now we're ready for the next color. So this was like the first base part. Now we're ready to start the 2 bands that are going to be the repeat of the shawl. So this is row 21, a new color yarn, and we're going to start in the first stitch with a standing double crochet. I'm going to yarn over, and here in that first stitch, so this is the last stitch that I worked in the previous section, start with a standing double crochet. So you also notice that all your yarn tails are always going to be on the same side of the shawl. So if this doesn't work for you, you can also attach here with a slip stitch and then start with a chain 3, also good. So that was 1 double, then I'm going to work 2 more doubles in the same stitch. 1 and 2. And this is again an increase, so your increase is always on this side of the shawl where the stitch marker is. Now chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to skip 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and then work a double. And repeat this until you're to the end of the row. 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, skip, and work a double. And 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then work a double. 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, skip 1, 2, 3 stitches, and work a double. And later on in the shawl, your number of repeats will be more, but it'll always be this pattern. And then that last double should fall in the last stitch. Then row 22, to come back, chain 2. Now this chain 2 does not count as a stitch, it's just a turn. Then in the first stitch work a double. So here in this first stitch work 1 double. There. In the chain space work 2 doubles. 1, 2. Then the repeat, chain 4, and then come to the next chain space and work a double in there. So just the 1 double. That's the repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, and work the double. You're going to repeat this until you're here to the end, so until you're at the last chain space. And again, as your shawl grows, you'll have more repeats per row, but the stitch pattern will always be the same. So it's chain 4 and a double in the double. Oh, sorry, in the chain space. You might just want to move them that they're nice and center. Now here at the end of the shawl, at the edge, 1, 2, 3, 4 chain, and this is the side with the stitch marker. So now you know here you need to do an increase, then come to the last stitch and work 3 doubles in there. So 1, 2, and 3. Now to go the other way, again chain 2. Now this does not count as a stitch, it's just a turn. and we're still at the side where the marker is, so we're going to work an increase. So that means here in this first stitch, work 3 doubles. 1, 2, 3. Then the repeat for this row is the same as the previous row, so it's chain 4, and then a double in the chain space. And repeat that 3, 4, basically until you're to the other side, till you're to the last chain space. So I'll just show you this. 3, 4 chains and then a double in here. And your work really curls a lot, you'll notice that. Nothing you can do about that except blocking it at the end. 2, 3, 4 chains, and I'll put a link in the video description to show you how I block my work. And you can do this either by spray blocking or by wet blocking. Shawls I like to do wet blocking, so I'll pop the link for that in the video description. So I'm now at the last chain space, so here's the edge, chain 4, and then come to the very last stitch. So you've got these 3 doubles here, come to the last double, the last stitch, and work a double on there. So here's a chain 2, you don't work that, you work the stitch. You now have 3 rows. These last 2 rows, going to repeat them. So you're now going to come back and work the same row as here, the second row, and then you're going to go and work the third row, and you're going to do that until you have 6 rows in total. So now you have 3. So here the second and third row, so in the pattern that's row 22 and 23, repeat row 22, row 23, and then 22 again, and then you can also fasten off, but I'll just show you what that looks like at the end. And this is that second section once completed. I've again moved my stitch marker up to keep it moving along the edge, and you'll see all your yarn tails are again at the same side of the shawl, the side where your increases are. You've got a straight edge at one side that's really starting to form now, and then you've got the diagonal here on the other side. So you've worked 6 rows here for this this pattern band, and now we're going to work a second pattern band, and then those 2 you're going to be repeating till the end. So with your third color, I'm going to start again on the side where you have the increases. Here in the first stitch, I'm going to start with a standing single crochet. Then you can, so here in this first stitch, I'm going to just join with a standing single. You can also join with a chain, with a slip stitch, then a chain 1 and work a single in there. So standing single, then in the same stitch work another single crochet. Like I said, so this is the side where there's the increase, so that first stitch needs 2 singles. Then the next 2 stitches gets 1 single crochet. So 1 and 1, so 2 in total. In the chain space work 4 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4 singles, and now skip the next double crochet, and that you're going to repeat until you're to the other side. So again here means 1, 2, 3, 4 singles, skip the double. It's going to make a jump in the video, so you're going to do that on every chain space here until you're here, then I'll see you back. Got that the last chain space, so here 4 singles, 2, 3, 4 singles, and then that's still part of the repeat, is to skip the next stitch, so that's this double here. Then you have 2 doubles left, so you're going to skip that stitch and then come to these 2 stitches, work a single on those. There's 1 single, and here's the second. So in those last 2 stitches. There we go. That was the first row, And what you're now going to do is, remember here in section 1 you had these rows 3 and 4 that you repeated. You're going to be doing that. So you're going to be repeating rows 3 and 4. Now we're starting with a repeat of row 4. So that's chain 1 to turn, and now work a single crochet on every stitch till there's 1 stitch left, and then that last stitch gets 2 singles because the increase is on the other side. So just gonna make a fast forward here. All the singles, but there's 1 stitch left, so I've got here all these singles, 1 stitch left, and this is on the side where there's the increases from the stitch marker. I can see that, so this last stitch gets 2 singles, 1 and 2. And there we go. You now have 2 rows of single crochets. You're going to work 6 more rows, so you need 8 in total, and you're going to go back and forth, where when you're on this side where there's the increase, you work 2 singles in the first stitch. So here you work 2 singles in the first stitch, and then go back and work a single in every stitch, and then come this way again, and then when you're at the last stitch you work 2 singles, just like we just did. So go back and forth until you have 8 rows of single crochets, and you're in essence repeating here rows 2 and 3. So these same rows here, you're repeating here for a total of 8 rows. And I've now repeated this section for 8 rows. So if you turn it to the other side, you'll see here, you can easily see this 2, 4, 6, 8. You see per 2 rows you have these bands, so that can be an easy way to just count. So 2, 4, 6, and then 8. So 8 rows of singles with the repeats here at the edge. And this exact stitch count that you have at the end of each section is in the written pattern that's available on Ravelry and in my web shop. But you can also work from the free video pattern here. So let me just show you where you go from here. So where do you go from here? This is the actual shawl. So this is worked with the Symfonie yarn. Here you see the scrap yarn that I just made the video bits from. You can see how these first 3 sections are these first 3 sections here in the shawl. Now this here, you're going to repeat this in your color order. So you start with color A, B, and C, and then again A, B, and C, and then A, B, C, well, etc., etc., until you're to the end. And you keep alternating a section of 6 rows with the double crochets and the chains, and then 8 rows with the single crochets. And be careful on which side your increases are. So keep that stitch marker on one side and keep it moving along with you, that you don't accidentally forget which side your increases are. And you'll also be sure that your yarn tails will all be on the same side of the shawl. If you suddenly have a yarn tail here on the other side, you know something went wrong. One thing you'll also notice here, this curls like crazy, and this shawl here is beautiful and flat. And the only way to get that is by blocking your shawl at the end. And I really highly recommend a wet block. I'll show you how to do that in a video. I'll have a link for that in the video description. So for now you know everything you need to complete your Moonlight shawl. So I really hope you make this shawl because I love it. I've actually worn this already a few times. Choose 3 colors from the Symfonie range that you like, and then work this shawl. It's a really mindful pattern. When you're at the end, you have some yarn left. You can use that to make tassels and join them to the edge of the shawl if I can find all the bits and pieces. Here we go. So you've got 3 tassels at the 3 ends of the shawl. And it's a really nice and large shawl. It's 1.50 meters in diameter, so it's the length of the triangle. So it's a really nice, comfortable shawl that you can really wrap around a few times. So it's a lovely yarn. And well, I'm just gonna continue with this. I'll make a few more samples. I'll share those on my website in different colorways, so be sure to come back every once in a while to see for different colorways. For now, it brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and until next time.